Bublynn, coming in, crushing this art. Alright, we're back at it with Taurus moon, Sagittarius sun, right? So straight up, this is someone that's coming from a methodical place, like we talked about, fixed earth, and then ruled by Venus, right? They're attached to things that they love, right? They're not trying to bring new things into being, like that's Venus in general, right? Even the cardinal aspect of Venus, right? The other sign that Venus rules, Libra, it is trying to bring new things into being. It's air, right? But it's not new things, right? Like fire brings new things into being, and air like stirs up what already is, right? It like works with what is and like kind of pushes that along, you know what I mean? It like takes the current of like what everybody else is passionate about, or what you love is passionate about, you know what I mean? Or it learns what is, right? Like Gemini, like it's very like about facts, right? Like knowledge, like at least air in general, right? So yeah, so even like the developing part of Libra is very like adaptable and receptive, you know what I mean? So anyway, so yeah, so this is someone that just sticks with what they love, you know what I mean? And they're coming from a place that I feel like what would really make them emotional and insecure is like just like the lack of security, you know what I mean? The lack of things that they love around, the lack of like consistency, you know what I mean? Like things being shaken up, stuff like that. And then having the Sag sun, it's almost like this would be fixed, mutable, right? So this would be like having a fixed way, but also being receptive to new ways of doing that potentially. And also like this may be someone that I feel like would express themselves and maybe get like caught up in their feelings, but I feel like a lot of their feelings, since they're coming from the Taurus moon, would just be like based on what they love, right? Instead of like necessarily like about the moment. Like if you're trying to really like just help a Sag or help a Taurus moon along, right? Just like figure out what they love and figure out what they're caring about in that moment, right? And then like work from there, you know. Or at least level with them on that. So either way, but this would be like a mutable way or a receptive way to work with what you love, right? So, or more so like coming from, yeah, because you'd be acting in like a mutable way, but you'd still be coming from like a fixed place, you know what I mean? So yeah, and then we think about Sag, this would be like getting drawn into new experiences, right? Not necessarily like you're just pushing what you want out there, right? This is like learning about yourself in a way, learning about the world. And like the reason that is because Aries is all caught up in its bubble, right? And so is Leo in a way, but Leo's more caught up in everybody's bubble, you know what I mean? Versus like Sag like just gets caught up in bubbles, you know what I mean? Like you see how like Leo and Aries are kind of like, they have a kind of point to them, whereas Sag just gets caught up in things. That's why it's almost like more of a teacher or like a philosophical teacher, right? Because it's not like, oh, I wanted to become rich and I became rich. It's like, no, I got caught up in a bunch of life situations, and now I've learned a thing or two, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like uncomfortable, like new situations, right, that teach you, like that you get caught up in, stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, and then initially, right, we have the dryness of earth and the dryness of fire. So this is someone that's going to be coming from a, like, they're like, you're not going to tell them what to do, right? If they want to get caught up in something, if they want to be in La La Land lost in something, or they want to stick with what they love, it's like, I don't think you're necessarily going to be able to change this person without like brute relentless force, right? Like cracking them. So yeah, but then so this is someone that's going to act in a way that's always going to bring new things into their life, right? Fire, but it's always going to be like trying to stick with the old. So, and also they're receptive to it. So it may be kind of much at times, you know what I mean? It's almost like, whoa, like what are we working with now, you know what I mean? Because it's like you're just trying to come from like this past place where just stick with what you love, you know what I mean? But it's not even the new things that are happening are Aries, like what you want to happen, or like Leo just trying to gain support. They're like just new crazy things, right? So it seems like this person is going to be like, would seem like they have a thing or two, like, hey, this is how life is going to shake you up, but if you really do want security, if you want to stick with what you love, here's like the best way to do it by experience, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's a little bit about Taurus moon, Sagittarius sun, Bublynn, Sitra, beach, out.